It's not really desirable to hear the privileged class complain about their lack of privilege and being a part of the privileged class. Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 2-Minute Torah, day one of the Torah portion, Qorach. Qorach means bald or balded one. Not really sure that I see a significance in that. If you find significance in that, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Let's go to Bamidbar, Numbers, chapter number 16, and let's read the first three verses. And Qorach, son of Yitzhar, son of Kohath, son of Levi, took both Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the son of Peleth, the sons of Reuben. And they rose up before Moshe with some of the children of Israel, 250 leaders of the congregation, called ones of the meeting, men of name. They assembled against Moshe and against Aaron and said to them, Enough of you, for all the congregation is set apart, all of them. And Yahweh is in their midst. Why then do you lift up yourselves above the assembly of Yahweh? Well, here we go again with another wheel falling off the wagon. And this storyline, something has upset Qorach. A burr is under his saddle, and he's evidently mad. But Qorach is actually a part of the privileged class, if you want to kind of divide it up that way. How so? Well, we're told his lineage in the first sentence of this Torah portion. And while the genealogical explanations of identity, we tend to overlook those or run right by them, this one is important. So let's go back and do it in reverse order. The son of Levi. Sons of Levi were three. They were Gershon, they were Kohath, and Merari. And it was these three clans or families that were given the privilege of moving the tabernacle. And of those three families, the Kohathites, even though they were second among the sons of Levi, were given the most privileged and honorable positions of carrying the Ark of the Covenant and the menorah and the table of showbread, the laver, and the brazen altar in the courtyard. This was the most preferred roles of Levites. It was given to the second son in line, the Kohathites. So now we go backwards one more time and we come to Kohath. All right, so of the family of the Kohathites, there were four sons. Amram, who is the father of Moshe and Aaron, followed them by Yitzhar, followed by Hebron, followed them by Uzziel. When there is an election of the tribal prince of the house of Levi, Amram's two sons already have their positions. Moshe is functioning as a double role, a prophet, almost a king figure, and Aaron is the high priest. The next most important role is the prince of the tribe. Qorach is the eldest son of the next son in line, Yitzhar. So he's standing back perhaps and saying, okay, I'm going to be chosen as the prince. He wasn't. Matter of fact, none of the sons of Yitzhar, nor of the next son of Kohath, Hebron, were chosen, but the youngest son, Uzziel, one of his boys, not even the eldest, Elitzaphan, was chosen. It's very likely, it's not spelled out just so, but it's very likely that Qorach was miffed and upset and offended and felt overlooked. And so he has a chip on his shoulder. What I find here then is that he has become discontented over a perceived offense. Now we're coming down to where many of us live, have lived, or in the company of those that we live with, where someone, ourselves or someone we know, has a perceived offense. The offense may be emotionally genuine. They may feel genuinely upset and angry, hurt. That doesn't mean that the offense was intentional. Whoever is the offending party, if they willingly, aggressively, and on purpose offended someone, now you've got a case. But in this case, Yah's the one who orchestrated who the princes were of each of the tribes. Is he going to be upset at Yah? Well, he takes his upset nature and argument and vents it against two men that are guiltless here. But he's not holding them guiltless. Here's the problem. When we have a perceived offense, it can cause us to forget the status of our privileged position. As a son of Qorach, a son of Kohath, Qorach would have been assigned one of the articles of the furnishings of the tabernacle to carry. Now, yes, it may have been heavy carrying. The menorah was not a light object. The Ark of the Covenant was not light. The brazen altar, none of these were light objects. And it may have been a bit of a physical strain at times. But nevertheless, how many people would love to have been the one to take their hand and put it on one of the poles that lifted the Ark of the Covenant? Now, just understanding the size, the dimensions, and the weight of the Ark of the Covenant and the poles that would have been put through the rings, number one, the Ark would have been too heavy for the rings or the poles to support it. So it being supported by these means was supernatural. I read rabbinical commentary that said, interestingly, that when they put their hands on the poles and they lifted the ark up to their shoulder, that the ark carried them instead of they carrying the ark. That is, their feet became elevated off the ground and the ark moved supernaturally on its own. Again, that's a rabbinical commentary I read somewhere. No proof that it actually happened from the Torah. But that's not beyond the realm of potential possibility. That's an actual plausible thought, if you think about it. So Qorach has this privileged position, and he comes at Moshe and Aaron arguing that they have overstepped themselves and they have taken on more privilege than what should be afforded to them. Their argument is, or his argument is, everybody in the community of Israel is set apart. The whole community is set apart. Basically saying everybody is equal in the house of Israel. And you two have elevated yourselves up in arrogance and in pride over top of everybody, and you're running roughshod over us. What he is doing is promoting two things that are anti-Torah. One is that leadership is not necessary. And we see this in the body of Messiah currently being displayed, where people say, I don't want anybody over me. I don't want anyone telling me what to think or how to live or what to do. And nobody needs to interpret the Bible for me. I can do it on my own. No, you can't. Without accountability, no one has a right to study the scripture just for themselves, interpret it just for themselves, and do what they want to do with what they think they have read. You have to have somebody to help walk with you and hold you accountable to what you're preaching and teaching and understanding, or we're all going to go off the rails. Anybody can do that. The other thing is that there is spiritual levels here. There's callings. Yah has called these men, Moshe and Aaron, to their place. And he's called Qorach to his place. The way we say it currently is, stay in your lane. Walk in the place that Yah has given to you, whatever that place may be, for that's where we're going to be held accountable. And that's where God chooses to use us. I want to pick up on that one again tomorrow. Until then, shalom.